Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Ainam. The title of the video is Babies to be Born Without Biological Mothers. Basically, I took this title directly from the articles where I got it from. Um, so I'll read this one here. It says, and now babies could be born without biological mothers. Posted October 1st, 2025. And I'm not trying to make this funny or anything like that, but this is another example of how Esau is trying to save himself. Because the scriptures say that he shall have trouble on every side. Job 18:5, it says, yet a light the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his prince shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. And part of that counsel was giving his women liberty to do basically whatever they wanted to do. And for that part, they're no longer trying to be, with the white male. The white woman is no longer trying to be with the white male, and is causing problems of, for them to reproduce basically as a people. And that's something they said. Trump is talking about it and all of that. And I believe that's why they threw that. There's a new law for Trump where he said that you can have a basic, a girl at the age of 14 to, as in, I guess, I believe he said have sex with her. And I'm pretty sure that comes with like, marrying her and whatnot. And that could be another reason, at least that's the reason I thought of, of why Trump did that. So that's a new law, you know. And I heard that first from Elder Apostle Tahar. So that's something that Trump did, and that's another way that he's, trying to save his people because they're not producing, and a big part of that is because their woman is free to do what they want, and they choose other nations, and predominantly the so-called black male race, of course. So anyway, Job 18:8, it says, for he is casting for a net by his own feet, and he walks upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prepare against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to a heap. And that's the point. He has a lot of terrors. And that terror is the fact that they're not reproducing. The scriptures say that inward thought, you know, Psalm 49:11 said their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? And you can't continue if you're not reproducing, right? And that's because their women do not care about them. This is Job 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, in the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. And this devil is adverse to Yahweh Bashmi Shah, right? The scriptures clearly say that, and you can see that this is not a Christian place or whatever you want to call it. It says, man of lawlessness. To get to the point, to point 3, basically, it says, Second Thessalonians 2:3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come as following first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So that man is being revealed now in this time, and we can all say where's the problem coming from right now in the world, right? The so-called white man, because what? He's in rulership. This man is in rulership, and he's causing the problems in the world. It says, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he has God sit in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. But he's adverse. He's doing totally opposite of everything. The scripture says that a man should leave his mother and wife and cleave unto his wife. Right? And this devil is making it so they can go around that. This is Job 27:14 again. It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried and dead, and his widows shall not weep. So this is his woman, right? Obviously, he's married to his woman, and they won't care the fact that he's dying. And that's pretty much what's happening. So when I look at this is saying a lot. For one, Esau not gonna fuck with you anymore. He don't need you. All right. He can make babies with himself. Because that's the first thing he pointed out. He said a man can he basically said a man and another man can make a baby now. They don't need women no more. So they women was turning on them, and now they don't need Eve anymore. It says, okay, so babies could be born without a biological mother after scientists created a functional human eggs from skin. American researchers demonstrated it was possible to replace. Look at this. Look at this. The place of wickedness, bro. What is this? Where is that? Let me see if I can find it. 17. Revelation 17:5. Let me see this announcement. Okay. Okay. This is a good. That's one of this. Obscene. Yeah. Okay, so let me read this so we can look into it. So this is Revelation 17:5. NLT says, a mysterious name was written on her forehead, Babylon the Great, mother of all prostitutes and obscenities in the world. This is the place for her. All right. It says obscenities, right? The state of quality of being obscene behavior, language, or images, indecency, immorality. Beautiful, beautiful. This is that place, bro. Isaiah 32:5. The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the troll said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh Bashan Shai, to make empty the souls of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Right? The instruments also the troll are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the English speaketh right. So this is that place. This is that vile person, right? That wants to be morally correct, and he's showing himself that he's vile. An extremely offensive word or expression. This is that place, America. KJV, Revelation 17:5, and upon her forehead was named a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So I forgot where I was just at. All right, so yeah, American researchers demonstrated it was possible to replace the DNA from an egg with genetic material from another person's skin and turn it into a sex cell ready for fertilization. When the team fertilized the egg with sperm, it began growing into an embryo until the experiment was halted at 6 days. There's that six again, the wicked. The point at which an embryo would be transferred to the womb in IVF. The breakthrough opens the possibility of skin DNA from a man being placed inside a donor egg, and fertilized by another man. So they're trying to save themselves, leading to a baby with two biological fathers and no DNA from a woman. Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon suddenly falling and destroyed house, and her takes gone for her pain, if so be she may be healed. You will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. All right, so Nahum uh, 3 and 19, there is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. All that hear the root of thee shall clap the hands over thee, for upon whom hath not thy wickedness passed continually. Right, that's the truth. So, and this is what they're doing. They're trying to, like I keep saying, save themselves. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And the scriptures say that he shall, uh, his own tongue shall fall upon him. And the thing that he's been saying, which is what I quoted earlier regarding them not reproducing. Isaiah 47:12, stand now without enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, where thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. So this is what the devil is doing. He's trying to, come with this science and whatnot to save himself. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Okay? So, he's trying to save himself. And look at this dude's face. I don't even know if he's happy or he's not happy. Let's check it out.
Science is rewriting the rules of birth. A medical revolution may be on the horizon. Scientists say that babies could soon be born without biological mothers, from stem cells to artificial
This in his mind, he's like, what the hell?
wombs. The future of childbirth may look very different from the world we know today. Now, the study published in the journal named Nature and led by Oregon Health and Science University has significantly changed the game in terms of infertility treatment. Scientists claim that they've created early-stage human embryos using other skin cells that could come from someone other than the biological mother. What's even more interesting or intriguing is that the skin cells do not need to come from a woman. And this essentially means same-sex couples or even a single parent might create life without relying on a donor egg. As for how this process really works, the researchers extracted the nucleus.
Bro, let me this is Psalm 64. Let me grab it. Hey, it's like Vex, what is it? Slovakia, Lot, Vex with the filthy conversation of the wicked, just listening to it, it's like, oh shit, turn it off, Psalm 64, beautiful one. Psalm 64:1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep, and is deep in wickedness. Let me see what the NLT says. It says, as they talk their tongues, they say, we have this devised a perfect plan. Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning. All right, so yeah, they're deep in wickedness, and that was the only people could have come up with this.
Which contains the entire genetic code needed to construct a person's body, and placed it inside a donor egg that had its genetic code removed. This is a similar technique that scientists have used to clone animals. However, the egg must discard half of its 46 chromosomes before being fertilized with a man's sperm. Now, the study says.
All right, so that's there. Let's check this one out right here. This is a video of this guy.
Two men could now make a baby without a woman's DNA. American scientists have created working human embryos by putting DNA from skin into a donor egg. This new egg has just 23 chromosomes from the skin cell, and that can be fertilized via IVF with the 23 chromosomes from a sperm, making a full set. The implications for the study are vast. It opens the door for anyone to have children, irrespective of the need to have your own eggs. Therefore, this new scientific method could also provide an unlimited supply of eggs for women who struggle to conceive because of age, infertility, or medical treatment. Scientists have been able to change DNA in cells since the 1990s, but their methods did not work.
And they always throw that stuff in there. On one part, oh, well, it can help this and it can do that, but there's always some wickedness behind it. We don't need these devils. All right, we don't need to lean on these devils. The scripture say, let me grab it. Let me grab it. Okay, Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10 and 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shad, the Holy One of Israel in truth. Hey, the Most High, is going to do exactly what we do for his elect. You got Isaiah 4 and 1, and the scriptures say that she shall be saved during childbearing. So some women that can't have children, the Most High is gonna make you have those children, be a part of the elect in the time to come. And in the kingdom, everybody gonna be having birth, right? This is not your rest. This is not the place. You don't need this devil to keep coming up with stupid ass ideas to try to, make this place good and bad at the same time. That's what he's doing, right? It's never good. And this is how he destroyed himself too. He's complaining about he can't have no children, but he's still pushing madness to the world, So I just want to throw that little part out there. That's pretty much all I have. I wanted to grab this, because basically the world is going to be rest. Everyone's going to be at rest. Once this devil, gets put out. And I had it after Nahum, Nahum 3 and 19. So I'll read it again. Nahum 3 and 19, it says, there is no healing of that bruise, that wound is grievous. All that hit a brute, he shall clap the hands of thee, for upon whom hath not thy wickedness passed continually. Yes, they was over there in Afghanistan, and they was messing up, whatever type of system they had going on with the women. Women started bucking up, as soon as they left, those men got their woman back in order, because that's what you need. You need order, right? And this devil, he just fucks up all the orders. Isaiah 14 and 5. Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased to go into the cease? The Lord Yahweh Bashmi shall have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. So if woman is not caring, and now when the Most High Yahweh Bashmi shall come destroy it, anybody gonna care. Look at this analogy. You struck the people with endless loads of rage and held the nations in your angry grip, while unrelenting tyrant. Isaiah 14 and 7, it says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yet the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. See, so this devil is the problem, right? He's the whole problem. Hey, shalom to the whole elect, which consists of men, women, and children, shalom.